Why wouldn't somebody want a good night's sleep? Why wouldn't somebody want to get a nice massage with this thing? It's awesome. Why wouldn't somebody want good, clean water? You know, we did it with our product. And so then, well, how does it work? Well, it works when we go talk to other people, find the problem, and use this as a solution, and they join us. When they join, guess what they do? They buy product. When they buy product, I make money. They don't buy product, I don't make money. But if they continuously buy product, I continuously make money. So how do I get you to continuously buy product? You got to do the business. Because you've got to help this man. So I teach you to do the same thing, and we pass it around. What do we end up as? We end up as one big family. Because when I walk in the room, everybody's familiar. You know, there is no, it's like we're all on the same page. It's really kind of an eerie feeling. At one time, I went around the world and I've met people that I've never met in my entire life, and like, we long lost buddies. It was truly, truly amazing. And even when I went to Japan and those parts of the world, same kind of phenomenon. So what Nikan seems to attract are very like-minded people that are definitely wanting to do something more than just something for themselves, but at the same time know they have to do something for themselves and have more of a thrust to do something for other people. But let me tell you something. Be greedy. Do it for yourself. Because when you do it for yourself and you win and survive, you start moving up that scale. When you start moving up that scale, other people start to follow. So you've got to push, you've got to drive for you guys that are already in business, and you've got to set the stage for other, you've got to be the examples. You've got to show people that this works, just like I've done. Because I come into town, I mean, it works. You know, it works great. But you can't spend it. And I don't know if the condo would allow you to come down to the condo. Too many of you. You're not relatives. They have real weird rules. But you know what I mean. So it was like I saw the opportunity and I went for it. I started full-time day one. My first month I made $400. Second month I made $4,600. But if you work full-time on this business, you could do the same thing. Most people do it part-time. So you've got to factor that into it too until you get to full-time. And the value of this job is just as valuable. I make more than the United States president, even with this rep. You know? I mean, there's some CEOs of some businesses that make more, but, I'm not greedy and I like what I've got. You can set the benchmark wherever you want. And we're very logical in our business. It's all based on mathematics. You want to know how much money you want? We can tell you exactly what needs to be accomplished. It's not a science. It's not a guessing game. Time-wise, whatever, what the activities are. And the company has a training program and the distributors have a training program. We're going to be doing a bunch of training over the next 2 or 3 days with me on, how you make this business work. So, all in all, it's a pretty neat little package. Now, for almost 18 years, I've watched people come in, look at it, and leave. Didn't see it. Can't do much about that. You're not here or you're not out in business to find those that don't want it. You're looking for those that do. So I found in 7.5 years, 6 good people. Understand I took 3.5 of those years off. So I found 6 good people. Now, I probably talked to 1,000. But here's what I found out. Every person that told me no is worth over 10 grand. Because I took all the no's versus how much money I made, and that's how much they were worth. Because they were part of the education. They were part of the learning process. I would think, well, that person told me no. Why did they tell me no? Doesn't make much sense. They need to make money. What didn't I say? So it caused me to become better. It caused me to find more information. It caused me to paint a better picture of the solution that someone else needs to see. Because it's, we all think the same way. We've got a problem, we're looking for a solution. We're hungry. Got a problem. This thing starts to grumble. Well, somebody can say, I'm going to diet. I'll let it grumble. But most of us are going to say, where's the food? So we're going to solve that dilemma by looking for and putting the food there. Same thing with money. Same thing with health. And again, the majority of the people out there don't know we exist because we don't advertise. And this is one of the things Masuda did. He said, this is for you. This is a business for you to maximize your time, your energy, and your effort. We'll pay you all the money for you to develop the distribution. And that's really what we do. We just establish distribution all over the planet. Now, I've got a group in my business that are already retiring. So there's already starting to be a change in my business from an older generation to a younger generation. Distributorships are being passed from one generation to the next. They're becoming more valuable in the second generation. I've got people that legitimately, I don't want to work for the rest of my life. Absolutely not. That's why I got into this business, was to play. And I retired 8 years ago. I'm not going to go out and sponsor anymore. That's not my job. That's your job that are building the business. But you too are going to get to a point where enough's enough. It's time to go play. But the nice thing about doing Nika is that you can play and work at the same time without effort. So if I go down to Florida for a little R&R and some golf and somebody says I need to do a three-way, I'm there. I'll be there. I'll do the three-way. I'll contribute. I'll do that piece of work because what is that? It's 15 minutes in a 24-hour day. I still have lots of time. Whether you're in Mexico or you're in Europe or any one of the 40 countries, you can do business. And with today's computer and iPhones and easy access to information, hey, it becomes a global business. In the beginning, you've got to work hard. In the beginning, you've got to kind of put your nose to the grindstone. In the beginning, you've got to learn the ropes just like anybody else does. You've got to, it's just like going to school. We don't have really school and college. You don't have to go 13 years. But, a good year. You give this a good year and you do the right things, then that'll launch you and propel you. If you're doing it part-time, it's going to take you a slight bit longer. But even so, just if I look at, 18 years, it's like that. Just like that. It's gone. So you do a little bit, drip, a little bit, drip, a little bit, drip, and so on and so forth. What time do these things usually go to? 8:30, so it's 8:15, so I can let the class go out early tonight. And, everybody will think that, hey, God, this guy's great. He just lets us out early and everything. So, what do you do? How do you check it out? What are the recommended steps that I would suggest? Well, the first thing is you've got to do a buzz around the products and road test as many as you can. Who's the person that brought you? Okay, you have products? You have products? Oh, you just signed up. So you've got some products? Well, these guys have got to really get into the products because the products are going to cement the relationship. Once you understand that things work, then it's easy to talk about it. And remember, that's all we do is talk. So if you don't understand or like the product, then you're going to have a hard time talking about it. I work for this Japanese... Anyway, nice to meet you. And what was really interesting when I first started the business, there was an article in Life magazine, and the top title was 50% of the U.S. can't sleep. And I thought to myself, oh wow, 50% can't sleep, and Negan's got this bed. I didn't know much about the bed at the same time, but they were raving about it, and I thought, wow, I got a 1 out of 2 chance of being successful. And so I walked out the door with a positive attitude. What happened, I talked to my business partner and the gentleman that used to work for me. His name was Howie. And I phoned up Howard and I said, Howie, I think I found the goose that laid the golden egg. And he, just like I did with you, and he was interested in making money. So we talked. And I said, I'm going to ship you a product. So I sent him a bid. Now, I didn't have any money. I borrowed my mother-in-law's American Express card. I charged $3,800 worth of product my first month, knowing that I had to pay that bill off next month. Otherwise, I'd be in deep doo-doo. So I phoned him up and I said, you got to try this thing. So he's on the bed for 2 days. He calls me up early the second day morning. He says, Dave, I don't know what you got, but I'm in. And I went, what? Are you kidding me? Oh, this stuff does work. So I'm thinking, well, what happened? Tell me. He says, well, I've never told you this before, but every morning I woke up I had to scrunch my fingers. I had no circulation. You sleep on your arm and it goes dead. He said, I wake up every morning and have to do that. I slept on your pad the first night, it didn't happen. I thought, I could do this the second night, it didn't happen.